What is up, boys? Just did some cardio, half an hour, but you know, I don't normally watch anything while I'm on there, but today I did. It's a Sunday. Thought, why the fuck not? But I don't know if you know Dan Martell, but anyway, I just watched an interview on him from YouTube, and he asked a fucking good question, and it was, what would you do if you only had 2 years left? 2 years left to do whatever you wanted in your life. And I don't want you to think that I stole this for, well, I'm coming up with this. It was completely him. It's exactly his thoughts. And it was such a good question. What would you actually do if you had 2 years left? What leap would you take? Who would you spend time with? What would you do? And then he narrowed it down to 2 weeks. What would you do if you only had 2 weeks left? Only had 2 weeks, because you don't actually know how long you have left. And I know that sounds corny, and I know that sounds cringe, but just because the average lifespan is 75 years does not mean that you get that 75 years. It doesn't mean that. And we have to stop acting like it does, because we're only gifted one fucking life. One life to do what we want to do with it, and we spend it so scared to fail, so scared of criticism, not knowing what we actually want to do. So my question to you from him is, what would you do if you had 2 years left? Because 2 years is enough time to build. 2 years is enough time to spend with your family. What impact would you want to have made on the world? What would have you want to have done? He went it down to 2 weeks, and then he went down to 2 days. And the first thing I wanted to do was ring my dad and tell him I love him. But the second thing I wanted to do was come on here and tell you guys this, and talk to you guys about it, and spread that message, because it's such a powerful message from him. So what would you do? I know what I would want to do, and my goal is exactly that, to spread positive message, to spread positive change, to inspire other people to take after their dreams through controlling your mind, through thinking for yourself and chasing your dreams. And I think that's why it hit me so hard, is because I want to share that message as well. I want that to be the way. I want men especially, that are drifting through life, not knowing what they do, to take the goddamn leap into what they are. And I know for me, I know what it did for me was training and nutrition. And I'm not even trying to wrap this back into coaching, because I just know how good training made me feel, how much belief it gave me back, how being healthy is so fucking key to building self-belief. The gym is the greatest metaphor in life, and I truly believe that, because like progressive overload, if you don't know what that is, you have to do hard things, you have to keep upping the weight to keep growing the muscle, and each and every time it gets harder. The weight goes up. Every single time it gets uncomfortable, you grow, you build, your muscles grow. And that's why I think the gym is the greatest metaphor for life, because every single time you have to up the weight in order for you to grow, and it feels uncomfortable. And that is why I think the gym is an absolute cornerstone to life, because it builds your mind, not just your muscle. Because every time you go in there, it disciplines you, it teaches you instant gratification. And that's part of what I would do. I would be gymming every single, or 4 times a week at least. But I'd be talking to the people that I love. I'd be building something worthwhile, chasing after my dreams. And my dream is to inspire and help change the world, and change the way that men think about the world. Because fuck society's norms. If you're not happy in your office job, if you're not happy in your job, there is nothing wrong with downgrading your lifestyle. And I only say that because I'm doing exactly that. So I can keep investing, so I can keep giving back, because that is the goal. All I want is to give back, to help you, to help change lives. And there's nothing more important to me than that, as well as take care of my family, because I know the optimal dream for me is if I can change lives through helping you guys, and I get to do that while making money to retire my parents. That is my ultimate success. I don't need $1 billion. I just want my parents to be looked after, my family to be looked after. And if I can do all that, while helping you guys, while helping inspire positive change in this world, then that, to me, is the ultimate success. And that's how I define success. But you define your own. So the question begs, what would you do if you only had 2 years left? What would you do? How would you act? Who would you talk to? Who would you have around you? Is it the people? Is it what you're doing right now? Because I can almost guarantee you it is not. It's probably not get smashed and hammered every weekend with the same group of friends at the same pub every single weekend. It might not be what my dream is, and that's fine, because that is my message, is that you should dream your own dreams. You should chase your own goals. Why not? If someone doesn't support it, which they're probably not going to anyway, then they're not your friend. They're not your friend. They're not who you need in your life at that point. There is 8 billion people on this world. To think that the 5 people you spend the most time with now are 100% your people for the rest of your life, when there's 8 billion people, is how narrow-minded we think. Your people are out there. You will find them. I promise. So the question begs, what would you do if you had 2 years left, and 2 weeks, and 2 days? And don't just sit there and mentally masturbate over it. Actually take action in what your goals would be. And if you want help with figuring out those goals, find someone, find a mentor. It does not have to be me. I just want people. I want you to believe again. I want men to take control back of their lives through mindset, through habits, through nutrition. Because if you have bad habits, they can be transferred. They can 100% be transferred, because I did it. But what would you do? Go do it. Chase your fucking dreams, man. Chase your goddamn dreams. And if you don't know what it is, sit down and work it out. And it might take longer. They don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just a direction to guide you in, and then control the inputs towards that. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. And if you're around people that don't inspire you to do that, then get the fuck out of there. Downgrade your lifestyle if you have to. That's what I did. I'm sleeping on a couch. But all I want is for you to chase your dreams. And that's why I'm on here spreading that message, because it hit home. It hit home for me. So go call your parents. Do whatever it is that you want to do in life. Because you only get one. And you might not have 70 years like the average would think. It might just be 2. It might just be that. It might be tomorrow. And that might sound corny, but it is true. So I love you, brother, and I hope you start to take advantage of life, because you only get one. And in a world where no one is really actually chasing their dreams, it kind of becomes not easy to win, but it's simple. You have time in 2 years to build the dream that you'd always dreamt of. I promise. I'll fucking show you. Love you, brother.